One night, a student named Mahiro is attacked by a monster. He screams for help, and a girl who calls herself the Crawling Chaos Nyarlathotep responds and saves him. The next morning, she excitedly congratulates herself and compliments human food and TV shows. Mahiro tosses a fork at her and demands an explanation for the night before, and Nyarko introduces herself as the Crawling Chaos deity from the Cthulhu mythos. He is confused because she is supposed to look monstrous, and she says that if she revealed her true form, he would go insane. She is actually an alien and part of the Planetary Defense Organization, as are the rest of the Cthulhu gods. As an officer, she fights against the galaxy-wide threats such as alien human traffickers, and that she has come to protect him against the slave trade. She has an assignment to guard him 24/7, and Mahiro is flattered to have a protector. Narco tells him they must evacuate the house, but she just wanted to go read indecent manga and video games. Mahiro stops her from going overboard, and she explains that because Earth's media have become so famous throughout the galaxy, the Defense Organization has deemed Earth a critical planet to protect. She also secretly desires to smuggle some human contraband for herself, and Mahiro records her confession. After Narco finishes shopping, she reveals to Mahiro she also took the mission because he was seriously her type, and Mahiro demands she separate her business from her personal life. Suddenly, Narco saves Mahiro again from another monster and shows off her space close quarters combat skill, and Mahiro is shocked with how brutal she is against the monster. Mahiro thanks Narco for her help, and she tries to extract a kiss from him as thanks. The next day, Mahiro goes to school thankful that Narco did not follow him. But Narco actually transfers into his school, announcing herself as the Crawling Chaos. The class is amazed of Narco's athletics and academic skill, but Mahiro is just tired of her antics. Tamao, a student reporter, confronts Mahiro over Narco's comments that the two of them are romantic, and Mahiro tries to deny the allegation. Narco prepares a boxed lunch for Mahiro, but when he denies the lunch, she cries and wins the sympathy of the class. He is surprised that she actually has good cooking, but when he tastes the food, he finds it tastes weird. Narco tries to play innocent, but accidentally reveals that she uses monsters for meat. During the lecture, a monster arrives to attack Mahiro, but he catches Narco sleeping on the job. They fake sickness to confront the monster, and Narco uses her pet Shantakun to fight the monster because she is feeling lazy. But Shantakun is easily defeated. Narco fights the monster herself with her close combat style and easily defeats the monster, even as the brutality makes Mahiro sick. That night, Narco approaches Mahiro in the bath for a reward, but he fights her off. Over the next few days, they are constantly attacked by monsters, and Narco easily deals with them, using her close combat grenade techniques. Mahiro wonders if they can attack the monster's base directly, and Narco casts a ritual to stop time and summon Dagon Kun, a water taxi, so that they can confront the monsters at Arlai, a city within the Cthulhu mythos. Mahiro watches in horror as several monsters appear also on water taxis, all heading to Arlai, which is actually the galaxy's biggest theme park. Narco marvels over the rides and the merch, and Mahiro keeps them focused on the task at hand. Narco uses her god senses to find the monsters, and she gives him an engagement ring. When he rejects it, she reveals it's actually a protection charm. They walk into the auction house and are confronted by Nodens, who reveals that they are in an arena full of monsters. Nodens reveals Narco's opponent, a Scythian named Kuko who attended space kindergarten and elementary school with Narco. As Kuko is a living flame, Narco is actually weak to her, and the duel starts badly for Narco. Nodens sends them into his personal dimension where Narco is weakened, and Kuko tells Narco she will never escape. Narco tries to fight with her grenades but is stopped by Kuko's lasers. Narco dodges and fights well against the lasers, but when Kuko summons several more, she is defeated. A captured Narco is attacked by Kuko, who professes her love for the Nyarlathotep. Narco is confused because their races are meant to be sworn enemies, and she rejects Kuko because she is fated to love Mahiro. Kuko decides that Mahiro must die as a result. The threat against Mahiro's life reinvigorates Narco, who decides to fight seriously. She transforms into her enhanced close combat form, and an angry Narco easily defeats Kuko. Meanwhile, Mahiro uses the protection charm, and Narco emerges from the charm as the crowd panics and runs. Nodens retreats because his plan failed, but Narco prevents him from leaving until he reveals that he kidnapped Mahiro to star as the protagonist for a boys' love show in space. Narco and Mahiro defeat Nodens in response. Since the mission is over, Mahiro thanks Narco for saving and protecting him, and Narco is happy to see him express love. Narco teleports away because her mission is over. But that night, Mahiro finds Narco still hanging around his house, and she reveals that although her main mission was completed, she still needs to guard him against future threats from space. She imagines a lovely couple's life with Mahiro, who quickly loses his patience. And this is all for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.